lonely and bored? Do you find yourself picking up your phone and scouting out the latest dating apps to kill time? Well, you're not the only one. In fact, I'd have to say I'm guilty as charged as well. I mean, after all, as you know, I'm a widow, and sometimes that happens. I sit around, I get lonely and bored, and I think, well, I wonder what's going on in the dating world, right? So then I get sucked into the dating world, and then I'm like, why am I here? This is a waste of time. This is what I want to talk to you about, and how addicting these dating apps can be. Now, I'm not saying that they're completely bad. I'm sure there's been a small percentage per se of people that have actually found love on any of these dating apps and have stayed together and married. I'm sure it exists out there. I have no doubt. And if you're one of those people, then congratulations, because you're the rarity of the population that has done it. But for most of us, including me, I just find that it's a waste of time. Like, it burns so much time and energy from my life. And I seem like I'm like getting nowhere. Like I'm just swimming in circles on these dating apps, right? And I'll give you some examples. And I'm not dissing any of these dating apps, but I'll tell you some of the few that I've been on in the past. And I've tried eHarmony, Match.com, and Plenty of Fish, okay? So I've tried the paid versions, and I've tried the free versions. And I have to say, I wasn't impressed with paid or free, either way. And, and that brings me to the question. If we're so lonely and bored that we have to jump on these dating apps, which is a big, probably, like I said, a circle of wasting time, wouldn't we be better off to actually sit down with ourselves and just recalibrate our lives and say, okay, I realize I'm lonely, I would like to date, but there's got to be something else I can do with my time and my energy to take my mind off of being lonely and bored, and something that can move my life forward, either in a happy way, financially, whatever. And then when you're swimming in that circle, you actually meet the one you really want to date. It can happen. So let me give you an example. Let's say, for instance, I wanted to learn to play the guitar, or I wanted to learn to paint, okay? And actually, those are two things that are on my bucket list that I would love to do in my lifetime. And, instead of putting my energy and time wasted on trying to find somebody to date, I could actually seek out classes and go to learn how to play guitar, go to learn how to paint on the weekends, right? Or if you can't afford that, then pull it up on YouTube. I mean, you're going to have to buy the paint equipment, of course, or the guitar. But isn't it money well spent? Because you're investing in yourself, okay? You're not going out, if you do end up with a date, you're not wasting gas money or your own hard-earned money buying your own meal and spending an hour or two with somebody you really don't have nothing in common with, and you think to yourself, God, how do I get out of this, right? This happened to me. Why not put your money and your time and your energy into things you want to pursue in your life, like the guitar lessons and the painting? And who knows, when you're in this class, you may find a very attractive opposite sex that you start to strike up a conversation with, and you get to know them. And the next thing you know, you may even have a date with them. And they're real. Because that brings another point to these dating apps. And I don't care if it's a paid version or a free version. There are so many fake profiles out there. You have to be so careful. Like, there's what they call catfish people that are out there for your money, scammers, or if you actually get a real person on a profile, they're only after one thing. They really don't want a relationship. They just want to hop in the sack right off the top, right? Okay. Everybody's preference is different, but I don't know. I just find it a waste of time. And it's like, okay, so going back to a little story, I was lonely and bored, and I was in between projects with my own life, and I thought, okay, I haven't been on a dating app in a while. Let me check out POF again. Plenty of fish, right? Just to see what's going on. If it's the same old app, has anything changed? Are the same people on there? Let me tell you. Well, the app upgraded, which is nice, and now they added like what I call a live version, like me talking to you, a live version that's actually on the dating app. But instead of just talking one-on-one with somebody, you're on a live stream and you talk to several people that are interested. They jump on. But the whole purpose, well, they say initially the purpose is to see if you can find somebody that you're compatible with, and then they can direct message you after the live stream. The other thing is that you can possibly earn money from it. So the better you are, the more you do it, they have something called diamonds. So the person that gives you the diamonds on your live stream, they've already prepaid for the diamonds through the app, and then they give it to their favorite live streamer as a gift. So, but you know what? You got to get 80,000 of those little diamonds to actually equal $200 in cash. And if you're only averaging maybe 30 a day, do you know how long that's going to take you to get to that? I mean, is it really worth the time and effort? And it's almost like I jumped on it because I was like, let me just try this because this is an interesting learning experience. It was an experiment for me. So I jumped on there for a few nights, and I was just talking about whatever, and it's almost like talking to the wall. Like you're having this one-sided conversation. And you can see on the stream like who's on there and who's watching you. And some people hit the little heart button. You got hearts flying up the screen, which is great. Or they send you gifts for the diamonds, which is nice. But then you got ones, they never type anything. They don't ask you questions. They're just sitting there watching you. And I'm like, you can be on there an hour. I was on there over an hour just talking. And nobody, I would ask questions. I'd say, hey, ask me a question, whatever you want to know. Never got any response out of any of them. And then I thought to myself, this is a waste of my time. Why am I doing this? I'm not landing a date. I need 1 million of these little diamonds to make any kind of money. And my time and energy could be well spent elsewhere. So you know what I did? I deleted the app. I got rid of it. And before that, I just want to let you know that, the same dudes were on the app that were there 5 years ago. Their picture never updated, and they're still hitting me up. And I'm like, holy crap, It just goes to show you. It really does. And it's just like, I don't know, call me an old-fashioned girl, but I just want to meet somebody face to face, Just maybe randomly bump into someone, you strike up a conversation, they're cool, you like them, you exchange phone numbers, and you go from there, right? The old days, right? So anyway, the whole point of this and why I brought up the dating apps is just because I realized it was such a waste of time and energy in my life that it wasn't worth it. And I said, you know what? If I'm lonely and bored again, I'm not doing that. I'm going to find something that I want to do with my life, i.e. take up painting or guitar lessons, and let nature take its course. I want to be so busy improving myself in my life, in my own personal growth journey, that I don't have time to be bored and lonely. And that's what I want for you. So I hope you found this useful. And if you did, check out the next video I have on the screen. Just may give you some more useful tips that you can use with your life to move it forward. That's if you're serious about getting off the dating roller coaster and putting your time, energy, and efforts into something worthwhile to help you move forward in your life. And who knows, you may meet that special someone along the way in real time. And I just want you to be you, and I want you to love yourself first, okay? When you love yourself first and you figure out what you want to do with your life, then your time and energy will never be a waste, and you will find happiness within. Thank you for watching. Namaste.